Good evening, and thank you for coming back. Let's just start at the beginning. What is sound healing? And before I start talking, I would like to read you a quote and recommend a book for you. If you're into sound healing or mysticism or spirituality, whatever it may be, but especially with sound, this book is pure gold. And to call it pure gold is an understatement. This tiny little book is so packed with priceless information and invaluable information and information that you have to have if you're looking to be a sound healer or a therapeutic musician, whatever. You need this book. It's called Mysticism of Sound. It's written by Inayat Khan, also known as Hasrat Inayat Khan. You can find it on Amazon. I found it on Amazon, at least. You can probably find it other places too. Go and get it. Anyway, I'm going to read you a quote. Man is not only formed of vibrations, but he lives and moves in them. They surround him as the fish is surrounded by water, and he contains them within him as the tank contains water. So this book is from the mid-20s, I think, but that's old, but it also fairly modern, because he says something in that quote that mystics and yogis have known for at least 15,000 years that we know about, but probably even longer than that, probably a lot longer than that also. But who knows? I mean, 15,000 years, that's long enough. And what he says is the same as modern science has been telling us for the past 100 years or so, that everything in existence, absolutely everything, is simply energy. And it is energy in motion. It is vibrating energy. And this vibrating energy, it creates sound. So in many ways we can say that the entire creation is just sound, or a collection of sound, a harmony of sounds. And this is where sound healing comes in, because science also tells us about this idea, or this concept rather, called entrainment. And entrainment means that if an object or a person or a space is exposed to a certain frequency or a collection of frequencies, a harmony of frequencies, over a certain period of time, they will start vibrating at the same frequency or frequencies. So if I expose you or myself to a frequency of, let's use 432 Hertz, for example, for a longer period of time, it says that 20 minutes is a minimum, but it can happen faster than that, and also it can happen slower. It depends on many things. But say if you want to go really deep, if you really want a good effect, do it for 20 minutes, and you will yourself start vibrating at 432 Hertz. And that's pretty much the whole idea behind sound healing. That's how it works. And sound is probably the oldest healing tool that we know about. I mean, all cultures all over the world have some kind of connection between sound and music and spiritual practices and healing practices. We all know the image of the shaman beating the drum. And the interesting thing is, no matter where you go in the world, the shaman always beats his or her drum at roughly 4 hertz, which is 4 beats per second. And 4 hertz is also what is called a theta wave when we talk about brain waves. Brain waves are also measured in hertz, because brain waves, like everything else, is basically sound. And brain waves are what determine our state of consciousness. Our different levels of consciousness, or different states of consciousness, is determined by what brain waves we're in. If we're sleeping, there's a certain dominating brain wave. If we're awake, there's a certain dominating brain wave, and there's all kinds of fluctuations there. It depends on so many things. But anyway, we can entrain everything. We can entrain the brain at certain frequencies. And when the shaman is beating his drum at 4 hertz, if he does it long enough, anyone who is exposed to the drumming, their brain will start vibrating at 4 hertz, a theta wave. And these brain waves, the theta waves, are also associated with sort of halfway stages between being awake and being asleep, and meditative states, and psychedelic experiences are also often associated with 4 hertz brain waves. And this explains a lot, really. And when we know that physical health is always very much connected to the mental health, the psychological health, and we know that when we know that the mind pretty much determines our entire lives, I mean our mind state, our consciousness creates our entire lives. Now we start seeing how sound healing can be so powerful. And it doesn't only affect the mind, it also affects the body. I mean, our bodies are at least 70% water. People say different things. They say between 70 and 80%. And we all know that water is a very powerful conductor for sound. And if you've seen cymatics experiments, you will see what sound does to water. It moves it. First of all, it immediately moves it, but it also, certain sounds also create very beautiful patterns in water. And when you're exposed to these sounds, these beautiful patterns are created in you. So being exposed to the right frequencies will create beautiful geometrical patterns in your physical body. And this will harmonize you, and this will heal you. It's quite a beautiful thing, and definitely very, very powerful. So if you already know a few things about sound healing, I hope you'll not be discouraged by this video for sure, and that you'll continue to explore. And if you never heard about sound healing, please begin exploring, and you can start with this channel. I have lots of music on this channel. All of it is designed to harmonize you, and I recommend for everybody to listen to at least 30 minutes of healing music a day. And there are other people doing it too. You don't have to listen to my music. Anything will do, and you can feel it. If you're a little bit sensitive, you can feel what the music does to you. I mean, and different music have different effects on different people. For some people, one piece of music might be exactly what they need and might be perfectly aligned with their own personal vibrations, so to speak. And the same piece of music may not work for somebody else. So you just have to explore and find out what works for you. But make sure you're actually, listen with your body. Don't listen with your ears too much, because your ears have opinions about music. You like this kind of music, you don't like this kind of music. That has nothing to do with it, and that's the thing that you will have to try to bypass in yourself. So try listening with your body more. What does your body tell you about the music that you're listening to? And ignore all ideas you have about genres and so on. Anyway, I hope this has been somewhat informative. I hope it has been coherent and made some kind of sense. Talking to a camera is still pretty new to me, and I feel like a fish out of water doing this, but I'll try. I'm doing my best, and I guess for every video I do, I'll get better. If everything goes according to plan, I'll be back with another video next week. Then I'll start talking about more specifics about the 432 Hz tuning, because I know a lot of people want to know about that. And yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I truly appreciate it. You people are playing my music all over the world, and I see statistics. I have statistics coming in, and my music is being played literally all over the world, almost every moment of every day, which is, what more could I ask for? My dreams are coming true. That's exactly what I wanted. And I want to give something back too, something more than music, so I'm giving you everything that's behind the music. Thank you. Keep playing my music. Play it in Spotify, on YouTube. You can download it in iTunes. You can also download in Bandcamp. You may get my book. I will link it below. I'll put my website below and also after this video. And if you go to my website, thehealingvibe.com, you'll find links to absolutely everything that I do. I also have a Patreon page if you really want to support me. I appreciate everything. I'll be back next week. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.